to 4 movies, where I will be discussing 4 movies that have absolutely nothing in common because we've gone past the point of having movies that have something in common, which was, I was doing a whole bunch of those, but I got through an entire big book, which I'm not going to pick it up and lift it to you. But right now, I'm in this book, and like I said, we've got this through, and we have this left, so welcome to 4 movies that have nothing in common. Other than being part of my collection. We're going to go through these movies. I was looking at my rhymes, because I'm currently transcribing. I write rhymes, and I have been writing rhymes since I was like 17 and stuff like that. And it's like off and on. It was always on the back burner. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm an artist and a physical media collector and whatnot, and I'm going to be doing a video a day until I get I'll tell you more at the end. But basically, I was counting how many tracks I have written, or how many tracks I have to transcribe from my phone to paper, because the fact that I don't have to recharge the paper or anything like that. And once I get it off the phone, it's one of those things where it's like, what if the phone dies? You know, I can still look at it. The paper's not gonna do that. Anyways, welcome. And here we go. Let's go. This is gonna be an interesting one, but fun. But not like but fun. It's just gonna be fun. The BAM! Attack the Block. Attack the Block. Now, this is, of course, just a simple disc design. It could have had more fun with the design work on there, but like I said, sometimes you just the product speaks for itself. This would be one of those ones where it doesn't need a fancy disc, where it's like, man, that disc was the best part of it. No, that's like when me and the missus got married before we got divorced, of course, cause and effect, but we didn't have some big ceremony. I didn't want the ceremony to be the biggest part of the relationship, so we got done. It was iconic, don't get me wrong. We had hound dogs that wouldn't shut up. Alright, good. I'm glad that part didn't happen at the beginning and not, you know, where it's like, do anybody have anything to say about this? Uh-oh. But, yeah. Married 10 years. Divorced 7 now? 5. 7. Okay, 11 and 21. Yeah, about 5 years. I think I've been divorced for 5 years. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. The point is, this is a good movie. And that was the point I was trying to make with this. This does not need any fancy design work, because the film itself is phenomenal. It works well. It has the guy from Star Wars, what is it, 7, 8, 9, who plays Finn in those. I can't think of his name right now. Why can't I think of his name? Wow. He's also in They Clone Tyrone, which is on Netflix. It was like Netflix original. If you haven't seen that one, it's actually really good. It's really good. Well worth a watch. But anyways, yeah. Attack the Block. This is, of course, about British slums, I guess, is where it's supposed to be. I don't know. It looks nice. But there's fireworks and stuff going off, I guess, whatever was going on, and then aliens start landing down, like meteor crashes, and there's an alien there, and the creatures are just like jet black, to the point where like you can't see them, except they're like, oh man, are those glowing eyes? And they're not glowing eyes, they're glowing teeth. All you can see is their teeth glow, and that's all you can really see of them, other than this, you know, black patch of fur, I guess. And the movie plays super fun. It also has Nick Frost in there. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Alien movie, it's good. There's a scene in there where they're to walk down the hallway, you can turn this knob, and it's a timer. So I guess to save power or whatever, you turn the timer on, and so it's click, and then it'll turn the lights off once the timer's up to give you enough time to walk to your apartment or whatnot. I guess, which is doesn't really work if you're walking out of your apartment. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know the logistics of the electricity situation. But there's a scene in there where it gets all, like, the hallway gets all smogged out, and it's got this intent, it's got this, I don't know, anticipation to it, where you're like, well, you're kind of in it with them, and it's just like, it plays well. I think it's a super fun movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And now we got on to a more so classic film that I wouldn't. I think my mom let me watch this movie when I was of age. But interesting film. Unfortunately, it's on double-sided disc. What a waste. What a waste. Especially, they should have had the hand thing on there. But this is Logan's Run. If you haven't seen Logan's Run, it's basically in a utopian future. They have these little discs things in their, it's like a little jewel thing in their arm or hand or whatever world it is, but it starts blinking when they get into their 30s, and then they're dispatched into their 30s. There's a utopian future with only young people. Once they get to their 30s, they're like, you're too old. You must be dealt with, or whatever world. And some people run. This guy named Logan is a hunter of them. I guess this could be like a poppy version of Blade Runner. A less dense version, I guess. But then Logan becomes the person who starts running. And they go out of the city. They end up seeing an old person, which they thought didn't exist, but basically outside their city, they see the ruins of the civilization before them. They get to learn more about the history of where they've been and what is actually going on and why in the world these things happen, and mystery is unraveled. So Peter York in there, fun movie. If I'm not mistaken, Farrah Fawcett has a small part in it, but it's fun. It's interesting too. It's one of those things where it's like it's got the miniatures and stuff like that, but back then the movies had a grandeur that they just can't have anymore because they're just not bringing in that much income as they used to. Because like even a dance movie, like a Fred Astaire dance movie, had this grandeur to it because they would do it in these big sweeping shots and stuff like that. That movies today just don't have as much. But anyways, on to the next movie. Boom! Money Train. That's right. This is, of course, I wish they would have done a trilogy. That would have been awesome. Like I said, they're still acting. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson still acting. I wish they would have done a trilogy because they had White Man Can't Jump and then bam, Money Train. And I wish that duo would have gone on because I love seeing both of them in the movie. It was so good. Like, this movie is super fun. I like it more than White Man Can't Jump. Primarily because this one doesn't have a twist. You know? Like, this movie is just, it's got this leads to this leads to this leads to this leads to this. Whereas White Man Can't Jump had a twist at the end and stuff like that. And once you've seen, you can't watch it the same. It's not as like, oh, you know, but it's a great movie, don't get me wrong. Excellent film. Rosie Perez in there. But this film is Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes, Jennifer Lopez, and that really creepy guy from Lost Highway. I think he actually was in like a murder case or something like that. I don't know exactly, but he gets punched in the face, so that's good. Also, I can't think of the guy's name right now, but they play two cops, and then there's somebody trying to rob the money train, or they try and rob the money train, or things happen, and you have this escalation of the story that has an excellent pacing and just keeps it entertaining the entire time. Like I said, it has the comedy aspect from Woody Harrelson, because Woody Harrelson would be that kind of like goofy character in the two movies, and Wesley Snipes was a straight man, and basically it just worked. Like I said, I would love to see another Woody Harrelson Wesley Snipes film. That'd be great, because you know the strength of the two films that we already have. We already have Money Train, and we already have White Man Can't Jump. Excellent films. Watch them both, and then write a script for Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. Bam! Peter Pan. We're on number 4. Peter Pan. This is the... What? Oh, I don't know what year this one is. Let me check. But this is a unique telling of the story, in my personal opinion. I think it is fun to watch. And like I said, it has this uniqueness to it that I personally like. So, the way that the story told... And Peter Pan looks really young, which is a good thing. Oh, man. Let me see. Edgar Wright did a version of Peter Pan that was like... Is that it? Yeah, no. This came out in 2003. Let me see here. Okay. 2003. Directed by P.J. Hogan, whoever that is. Jason Isaacs. Yeah, Jason Isaacs is Hook and the dad. That's pretty cool. I don't know. There's no really big names in it, except for Jason Isaac, which I think is pretty cool. Let's see here. Oh, snap. The little kid that plays Peter Pan in this, I'm just looking it up right now, was also young Adam in Frailty. What? If you haven't seen Frailty, phenomenal film. Directed by the late, great Bill Paxton. And, oh, he was in one episode of Stitchers. If you haven't seen Stitchers, that's a great show. I believe it's streaming on Hulu right now, as of the filming of this video. And that's a fun show. I wish he would have gone on longer. I think it had 2 seasons, but it was basically they were able to go into a dead person's memories and look around, keep the mystery going, but enough to bring up some clues. But yeah, anyways, Peter Pan, fun film. Jason Isaacs in it. Thanks so much for watching. I have been going on and rambling through these movies, and I'm so thankful that you're willing to watch me ramble through this, and I hope that I have kept it entertaining. I'm an artist and a physical media collector, and I'm going to be doing a video a day until I get a silver play button or a gold play button if I'm lucky, or if I just run out of physical media to show you, but I do have a lot of physical media. And thank you so much for watching. If you watched this far, you're awesome. Stay awesome. See you tomorrow. Hey, y'all.